And I am Scotty Slate here on Twitch, King of Dad Style. And you got yourself to the bosses pack, and you don't know who to pick. Well, I'm gonna help you out, because here we go. We've got 5 of these choices to make, and we'll do a quick rundown of the 5. We've got Ernie Banks here playing shortstop. Really good contact against the left, power really well against the right. He's got some pop there on the left, and overall, he is a solid defensive player. If we take a quick look at the quirks here, one of my favorites is pressure cooker. I mean, obviously, dead red is always preferred. Next, we got Eddie Matthews, third base. Much better pop against lefties. Again, defense, okay, but when it comes to the corners, you're not really looking for defense much. We'll go over and check out his quirks. And again, he's also got pressure cooker. And then, he's got the standard unbreakable Walker 2020 vision. Nothing wildly crazy. We got one of my favorite picks, in which obviously I'm kind of tipping my hand at the point. We got David Justice. Lefty strong bats are hard to come by. So this card in particular is one of the ones that I'm leaning towards the most. 90 contact against right, 104 contact against lefties, 93 power against right, 108 power against lefties. This guy smashes, okay? The only thing that's probably going to go against him is that 45 speed in the outfield. But if you can hide him in left field, you might be in good shape. He does not have any perks that really stand out, so that later on might get him out of your outfield a little bit quicker. But at least for right now, great left fielder for a left bat, even if you put him on your bench. Zac Britain, 120 hits per 9, and obviously if you parallel this guy up, there's a small potential. I mean, obviously the K through 9s, 89s is going to get replaced, but this guy is going to be in your bullpen for a really long time. And so he is definitely somebody that you kind of want to focus on. And again, love the quirks, particularly outlier. And that's something that you can't take loosely. Any pitcher that you see that has an outlier quirk, you tend to lean on. Early in the season, absolutely. And while more players are going to get accustomed to speed, having the sinker be his outlier pitch, chef's kiss. And then coming in over here, we got Tom Seaver over at the Mets. He's a stamina beast, but for the most part, 86 HP, H through 9. You're not going to really be throwing him out there very often. He does have a nice pitch mix, 4-seam fastball, sinker, slider. I'm always a fan of the 12-6 curve, if done well. And then when you come over here and look at his quirks, he's got some decent quirks. I do like grounded when it comes to pitchers, but again, I've gotten into big arguments when it comes to quirk mentality. So the question is how do we rank these from 5 to 1? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. So coming in at number 5, I'm sorry, Mr. Seaver, but it's you. Yep, there's many pitchers that's out there, as many as you can find. The fact that we're through this program, we're only going to get 2 shots. There'll be 2 packs this program. I can't see you spending one of those 2 picks on Tom Seaver. Coming in at number 4 is Eddie Matthews. Again, nothing wrong with his stats across the board. The problem is for a corner, there's some better options out there. And as the season goes on, and especially in the next month, I anticipate that third base is going to get really heavy, or at least really deep. So he's a player that might not last for you. In number 3, we're going with Ernie Banks. Now, shortstop typically tends to be the more shallow position. So this is not a bad pick. Definitely comes down to preference. For me, though, the fact that he's got 50 speed in the infield, and his reaction time's about 78, he's not a bad pick. But I believe that there's going to be better out there. If you've got your hands on somebody like Jazz Chisholm or Francisco Lindor from Face of the Franchise, you know what? The pop may not equate to the defense and speed that you're getting out of those 2 players. So he's coming in at number 3. Number 2, David Justice. Everybody loves to bring the Justice. And with this, there's not a lot of power lefty bats right now. I think you got Rafael Devers. I'm probably missing another one off the top of my head. I do not count Kyle Tucker. But there is not a lot of power lefty bats. Right now, this is a guy that you can use, put in your outfield, and he will be there from what it seems like at least for at least the next few weeks, if not longer. And then even once you pull him off, you can put him as a bench bat as of right now, because his stats do indicate that he can be that guy for you. Which leaves me at number 1, and that is Zac Britain. Kind of what I hinted towards earlier. If you parallel this guy up, you're going to max out his H through 9, get that PCI really, really small. And because of that, this is a guy that's probably going to stay in your bullpen for a good chunk of the year. Last year for MLB 21, that guy was Lee Smith. He lasted in a lot of people's bullpens for a very long time. Zac Britain, and the fact that Zach is a lefty also indicates that he may be somebody that you use for quite some time. So that's my top 5 picks for who you should be picking out of your boss pack. Go follow me on Twitch at King of Dad Style, over on Instagram at Scotty Slade, and over on that TikTok machine.